to the Black Table. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. So I see our guest is already here, so I'm going to give him a quick intro, and then I'm going to let him talk a little bit about himself. Tonight's guest is the owner and CEO of Trap Team Beats. At Trap Team Beats, the mission is to provide artists, creatives, and businesses with quality instrumentals that will catch people's ears and keep them listening. Trap Team Beats aims to provide the best service for an affordable price. So if you want to make a hit and need beats for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube videos, albums, mixtapes, EPs, TV and film, business theme music, or even video games, Trap Team Beats has you covered. A great quote from a great businessman is, "I want to create new sounds while embracing great quality." Please welcome producer and CEO, Young D. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
So tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, you know, it's actually I started off just making beats. It was just like a hobby, you know. I used to try to rap, so with me trying to rap, I was always trying to get people to send me beats. That ain't never worked. So I was like, I'm gonna make my own beats. So I had so much fun making my own beats. I just developed a passion for it, and now it's just like, you know, that's the only thing I do. I don't, you know, that's my job now. I make beats full time.
So when you say you make beats, do you do like, I forget the difference between a full song and like maybe like commercials, because I was looking at even some of the things that I noticed in your bio. You said albums, mixtapes, YouTube videos. So even commercials, if somebody wants to put together a commercial or an advertisement for their business, you could help put a beat behind that, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Most
so you guys
definitely.
are doing that. Like if you're interested in starting your own business and you want to do it the way the professionals do, like the things you see on television when someone sees a commercial pop up and there's that music behind it and that subliminal message that makes you want to go out and buy, this guy can help you. Also, our host Jay has worked with you. So Jay, tell us about your experience with.
So it's crazy. So I got put on like how he started off doing instrumentals and stuff like that, doing beats. That's kind of how it started with me. It started with me doing beats of my own, whatever the case may be. This is before I knew how to write. This is before I even knew how to even make a song, any of that stuff. I started off doing beats, and I started off doing it on my phone. As time progressed on, I began to learn how to write, start writing music, stuff like that. And like you said, develop a passion towards writing music. Beats wasn't really a thing unless I was really listening for a certain sound.
Yeah.
Well, one of our guests that we had on the show, the Wave Guy, is the one who introduced me to Young D about the beats because he's worked with them. So I gave him a listen, and you know, there's a lot of producers out there who I've listened to, but it wasn't clicking with me. No matter what he could do, I couldn't click with it. I go to Young D's website. You know, first and foremost, the way he has it laid out is literally in a professional manner. That's the first thing that caught. Not many people have one website, two laid out in a professional manner where it's easy to navigate. Here's so easy to navigate that I just immediately fell in love. It was just straight to the point. The beats were right there. If I wanted to listen to it, I was there. He was upfront with the pricing, all right there. I didn't have to beat around corners or any of that stuff. So time went on. You know, I already had trust in him because I knew somebody who would work with him.
Jay, there's a little bit of an echo when you're talking. I'm not entirely sure why, because that's never happened before.
I'm not sure. I hear the echo too, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the feedback from everybody's end. Bouncing back. It was one of them things where like I already had the trust in him. One time, and then I actually started communicating with him, and then purchased beats. And then like the first time of me purchasing the beat, from Young D, it was I got it immediately. Contracts came with it. Like I said, it's like being professional. I'm talking like contracts came with the beat, the rights to the beat, and I've never bought leasing, but I've always bought exclusive. And it's just from then on, it's like when I bought my first beat, it's been nonstop. So like, me and him when it comes to beats, I don't even make beats no more. He really the guy I really go to when it comes to beats. When I tell people, I get a lot of people in my DM a lot. And they always ask me, "Yo, you want beats?" I'm like, "No, I'm good on a producer. I got a producer. I don't need a producer. Like if I want a beat, I have FL Studio. which is a it's a platform where you can make beats and stuff like that. But if I want to make beats, I know I can. However, with the way my business is going, how busy I am, I don't have time to make beats. So Young D is always a person I go to for beats. He's and it's been consistent with the professionalism for years, to the point where it's like, I know for a fact if I drop $300, $400, $500, onto his business, I know I'm going to get a return for it. First of all, people always ask me, yo, who does your beats? And I'd be like, you need to go see him. And it just goes on from there. Like when it come to his beats, I stay in his catalog. There's not a time that I don't stay in. And normally what I do is I let it build up after a certain amount of time. And then that's when I do like a large purchase, like a bulk purchase of both beats that I want. And I'm like, yeah, that's it right there. That's what I want right there.
I was going to say on what you said about everything that comes with the package that you get when you purchase from Young D. Guys, this is not a fly-by-night business. He's going to give you the music rights? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
you get the contract so that nobody else can use your beats after you guys have created something, or he's created something for you. No, you can't go on YouTube and find somebody else using that, because if you do, you can have YouTube pull it down or threaten them with legal action. So you don't want to just be producing things and then slapping it out on the internet. Copyrights are for books and, whatever you guys call the music contracts. You guys obviously know more about music than I do, but that is something that is so important. You want somebody who doesn't just know how to get in the studio and play around. You want somebody that knows the legal end of everything too. And Young D has that down, because as you can see, Jay said he's been using him for how many years?
I think since 2016, 2017. I lost count, to be honest. I mean, like you said, when it comes down to like, he has a type of work where I know I don't have to worry about any legal action. Like you said, he sends the contract immediately. I don't have to worry about the contract. If you purchase the beat exclusively, because you have different leasing options, but if you purchase it exclusively, it immediately comes off his website, so nobody else can purchase it, nobody else can use it. And it's just one of the manners that I don't have to worry about, is somebody else going to be using my beat, or is he going to resell a beat that I've already purchased? If it's not being leased and I'm purchasing exclusively just for me, he's on point with it. He's on point with the publishing numbers, if I need to get publishing numbers from him, so that way he can get his portion, his credit for the beat. I don't have to worry about that. Communication is always A1 with him. So it's when it comes down to producers, that's why I don't need another producer. I'm cool. I'm set.
I was going to say, it sounds like he has everything completely wrapped up for you. So guys, make sure you follow him. Click that button, hit that follow button, like this video, share it with anyone that who may be looking for a producer, because Young D is very professional. He's going to handle his business in a professional manner. You don't have to worry about him scamming you, because there are so many scams on the internet nowadays. You really have to be careful who you go into business with. I don't care what industry it is. Stop taking people who don't know anything about anything and letting them tell you anything. It's almost like an infomercial when you see a lot of these people out there. They'll put something out there that sounds too good to be true, and if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah.
So you have to stop assuming things, and it's good to have people on the show like this so that we can talk to them about their history, especially if there's somebody that's worked with you, and that's what I loved about the fact that we were bringing someone on who has actually worked with Jay, who I know is reputable. So obviously he knows you're reputable, so we can definitely back you up and feel confident about what we're presenting to people and who we're pushing people towards. So guys, absolutely, if you're interested in anything in the music industry, is there anything besides the music industry that you want to present and say that you can help people with at this point? Or are we just talking about music right now?
Well, with just music, my goal is just like with producing, it was always just coming from a humble standpoint. I'm always steady learning. So I think that kind of helps with my sound and everything, because I'm always buying new sounds. I'm always investing in new sounds. I'm just trying to explore, just change the way people listen to music, and really just take in consideration like how artists interact. With some, some producers, they like to put every sound they can think of in beats. Some of them, I try to leave room, because like an artist's voice is like an instrument itself. So
that is true.
Yeah, so if you leave space for that, it's all about the end of the day, the finished product. You're trying to help the artist advance to the next step in their career. So, without no producer, there's no artist and vice versa. So if you give them a quality product and they returning it with quality, then it's a recipe for success. So I just try to keep everything simple, and not complicate everything. Contract simple and just just stand on my word.
Yep.
So
Even
that's
with
all you got to
contracts,
do.
people will give you a contract that's 20, 30 pages long in this world and know you don't understand half what's in it and
Right,
want you to sign it right then and there. And you're so
right.
excited about whatever they're offering you. You see dollar signs, but you don't see the fine print behind those dollar signs because, and I've seen this happen, they will literally be handing you so many thousands of dollars and taking it back on the other end because you aren't reading. You
Right,
have to be
right,
very, very careful about that, especially when it comes to owning rights to your own work, whether it's music or anything. But in this case, owning the rights to your own music, we've got so many artists right now going through the judicial system because they are trying to get rights back to their own property that they can't even perform because they're in an argument with, the CEO or the producer or whoever it is that, helped
right.
them along the way. And it sounds like you're trying to give people a chance to really just be independent with it. And you're just the backup man. You're trying to give them what they need and then send them flying. You kick them out of the
Right,
nest.
right.
You don't try to come in, hold one hand out, as they say, and then with the other one, you're taking something back from them.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Try to keep everything, just because if you independent with music and you can grow your own fan base, what else do you need a label for besides sponsorships, or moving?
Hmm.
And eventually, with the right networking, let's say you move out to Cali, it's easy to bump into it. Your chances increase. So.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, even when you start out in the business, and if you wind up going into sponsorships and sneaker deals and Nike and all that stuff, I can understand the person behind you wanting a piece of that because they're presenting you with these options. You wouldn't have those if it weren't for them. But when it comes to creativity, you stifle people's creativity when you make them feel like they're boxed in. And you should never do that with an artist, whether it's financial, monetary, or even with the music itself. It's very sad that we see that so much in this world. So,
So has it been any, like, let's say, big producers or big name artists you've actually worked with within the time you've been doing producing?
Man, as of lately, I've been working with quite a few artists. I was recently in Atlanta at Super Sound Studio. That's a T.I. studio with
it's a little hard to
I've
hear though.
seen it.
can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Well, I think it's something. I don't know if it's Instagram and their audio is messing up. That's why I put my headphones on.
It was clear at
To at
first and
least.
then it just went, I don't know what's
Oh,
going on with it.
let me get to this. All
Yeah,
right.
but I did see that he was actually in Ti studio,
Hmm.
and he was doing work over there, which I was actually honestly excited for that because I was like, first of all, Ti is actually he's one of my like favorite artists. I
Yeah,
always
he's a great rapper.
since
He
yeah,
absolutely is.
he's always somebody that I've idolized, that I've
Thank
watched.
you for joining us at the Black Table. And for those of you
uh,
just coming in, we are here with producer and CEO Young D discussing his work and time in the music field, his creative processes, and right now we're discussing the people that he has worked with currently. And again, like he said, T.I. is a major name, but one thing I love about T.I., aside from the music, even when I look at the posts on his page, he is always trying to uplift Black people. And let me
mhm.
just talk about that for a second. Minorities in this country need that upliftment to the point where a lot of even white majorities are saying, look, we support you. We want to see you make it. We want to see you be great. And until we unite mentally as far as that goes and stop having the crab in a barrel syndrome where we see one of us go up and instead of us cheering them on and saying, you got this, do your thing, because that's helping something in our community. That's helping other people when you have a skill. Instead of us saying that, a lot of us think, oh, well, that should have been me. No, that should have been you. There's something that is meant for you, but not that, maybe, or perhaps,
Yeah,
or
it's
even
it's
in
it's
another area. And we have to have that mentality of we are proud of you, we support you. And but go ahead and continue because I know you said you've worked with a lot of people in the industry. So what's going on right now with in TI Studio? Like, what do you have on your plate?
Oh yeah. I was working with his engineer actually working on. It's a project. It's for an upcoming artist. It's we putting it together right now. It's
Is it
I
something
don't
you
want
can't really discuss right now? Because if it is, we understand. Look, this is a professional environment. We know if it's something you're not supposed to be talking about, you just have to say you're gonna have to wait and see.
But
Yeah,
all,
yeah, yeah.
all I can say is that they putting a lot behind her, so you know, and they needed me out there to produce. So you know, it's always a humbling experience just to get a chance to work. So. And,
So how'd you manage to get up in that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you know, you're pretty known for when it comes to a lot of beats. Like, obviously, like I said, I'm not the only one that feels what I feel when it came down to your music and the beats and all that. So I see a lot of artists who also purchase from you and, you know, share and things like that. So how'd you manage to end up over in the Atlanta area? How'd that even come about?
it was just crazy, man. It was actually just a customer that we bought these to the website, man, trimtbeats.com. And we just got to chopping it up one day in the email. And he was like, well, matter of fact, I had reached out because he had a daughter that was going to be on this show called The Rap Game. And he was like, let me know that the song that I did was going to be on Lifetime. So I was like, cool, maybe he got a few extra connects, you know what I'm saying? The network a little bit.
It's hard to ask.
So, you know what I'm saying? So me just being curious is just asked him, and you know, it turned out that you know he got like a lot of pull in Atlanta, and he really believed in my production, and he keep telling me that he really like how humble I am and everything about it. So it's just like one of those things. Like it was just like the right time, the right place, the right website.
Well, it's like they say, you're always what is meant for you will find you.
That's
We always assume something is coincidence, but this earth is smaller than we think it is when it comes to meeting people.
That is true.
Yes, and I have met some of the most amazing people just literally taking a road trip, an unexpected road trip, and then just running into folks. And I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a new business connection right here.
You feel like you were meant to bump into them.
Exactly.
It's definitely a good situation. Like I said, I've actually seen you evolve with your production and stuff like that. So, you know, to actually see the production of where, you know, you was kind of already in the water with your music, but when I first got on board with you, whatever, you know, I've paid attention to the production. But that is one thing you the whole time I've worked with you, you've been very humble because, you know, even the simplest sale, like, for instance, like people get like let's say somebody buys a couple beats for maybe $500. People go crazy off of that. Like they go crazy off of it. I can spend $500 with you, and you'll turn around and reinvest it. But you humble. It's not like you don't even be putting it on social media. Like, yeah, I got this and I got that. Like that's a good situation.
That, please stop posting your money on social media. All of it. Tell your friends. Tell your wife. Tell your husband. Tell your children. Everybody, you need to stop doing that. If you don't know why that's a bad idea by now. First of all, how many times has tax season rolled around and somebody wound up dead because you telling everybody your business and what you got? This is the concrete jungle we live in. That's the smaller part of it. The bigger part is the FBI using your social media to find you. Stop getting yourselves in trouble on social media, please. You try to build yourself up, and I'm gonna be real about something for just a second. I'm laughing. But a lot of companies, a lot of older companies, and I'm not going to name no names because then I could get accused of slander, but I know this for a fact, started, and I mean a lot of non-ethnic companies started bootlegging. There are many companies that got their money, either their parents left them something or they started off poor and they bootlegged their way until they didn't have to do that anymore. I'm not judging anybody. As long as you didn't kill nobody and as long as you didn't hurt somebody, forget it. And when I say hurt somebody, I don't just mean physically, because you can hurt somebody by stealing from the poor. But
it's a lot. Yes. A lot of people do that. A lot of people post their money, and it's bad. It's real bad. But that's one thing I can say. I've never seen him post any type of money. If anything, he'd be posting the flyest pictures. I'd be like, And we need to teach our people business sense, because they think the minute they get 5 figures and then maybe 6 figures even in the bank, they got to be on social media flashing it. Somebody looking at you.
You making somebody envious, you making somebody jealous, and then somebody just sitting there rolling their eyes at you and calling you stupid. Neither scenario is good. You have got to have a certain face on social media, because even I was warned, certain things that I post, they're like, when you publish and you get out there, that stuff will come back to bite you. So you need to take that down and you need to roll that back a little bit. And I used to sit there and argue and be like, I said it, and before I take it back, I'll add some more to it. But you cannot alienate the world, because they're going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day. And even if you don't agree with something and you are 100% in the right, you are alienating your fan base by posting negative things and things that don't come across well. It's like if you like a certain, and I had this conversation with Enrica Lavana, our guest, the movie star one. She was telling me, she said there are certain things like Chris Brown, for example. I knew I was gonna make you smile. That's his man crush. Someone asked Chris Brown what type of woman he likes. The politically correct response would have been, I love women because women are beautiful. Women are the mothers of our nation. Women are this, women that. You never say, I like this or I like that, because the one that's not like that is going to look at you and say, oh, so you don't like me and I'm buying your music. You have to be careful how you answer people in this business. Just like I think that,
and he's very good at that. Young D is very, very good at that. Like I said, when it comes down to messaging him, it's never. I don't even think this man has cussed at me one time. I'm being dead honest. Like, you know how people get. Yeah, like, I don't think this man has cussed at me one time just doing business alone. Like, you know how most people, you get in a DM and you send a message and they like, yeah, bro, I got this on deck and this, and you just like, nah, cause I don't even.
And I'll be sitting there cringing, and I'm just like, please, can we tone it down just a notch, in case there's children watching.
Yeah, and like, but he, like said, he's very, very humble. Roseanne said it's better to keep your business to yourself, which she is right about that one.
Very true.
She also said, but it also comes with envy too, which it does. A lot of that stuff comes with envy. They don't. When you have a business, people envy that, and I know there's a lot of people right now who envy you. I know it, because for one, the beats he make. They're not your average beats, like where you can go. The beats he has is like a literally a unique sound. You're gonna hear it, and once they sold, that's sold. Like I remember I asked him. I went back to him one time. Like, yo, bro, did you sell this beat? And he was like, yeah, I sold it, dog. It's gone. But he was respectful of it. And that's how it is. So it's like. He's very, like I say, he's very humble. Me just doing business with him.
You seem very personable. We're talking about you in the third person. You're sitting right here, but you seem very personable and very humble, and that will get you very far in this business. It's like they say, if you come in humble, everybody wants to help you. You come in proud, nobody wants to help you. That's just how it is. So you have to have a spirit of not just humility, but a spirit of caring and kindness. Otherwise, even if people aren't like that themselves, it's something my dad always said, and I'm a preacher's daughter. My dad always said, robbers always want to get together when it's time to loot the bank, but robbers don't want another robber watching the money.
Right. That's true.
You want somebody that is kind and somebody that is trustworthy and somebody that is not just talking a good game and a slick will. The Wave guy said, man, I had to grab all my stuff quick. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, you understand my point. My point is you have to have the right spirit in that business, or you become known as somebody who is hard or difficult to work with. And that gets around, and your name gets around in a way that you don't want in that circle. And as far as envy and jealousy goes, what you were saying about how people get envious and jealous of you, envy and jealousy can be a good thing because it can make you want to aspire to be more like that person. But the negative and toxic side of it, we have to put that down as individuals. We have to stop.
That's actually negative. That actually leads me to my question. That actually leads me to a good question. How do you manage to deal with that? Like, if you get like envy, or because I'm like I said, there's other producers out there, and I know for a fact they are nothing like you, which is why I only work with you. How do you manage to deal with the envy and all that stuff?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I just it may sound like a cliche answer, but I just stay in my own lane. It's just like I'm always trying to go back and improve in my previous footsteps, and you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to just veer out my lane and just give energy to whatever, you know what I'm saying? If somebody got some negative energy, I ain't never been able to do negative vibes, you know. I just try to separate myself far from it, you know. So
And that's a good way
just
to be. If you can't
yeah,
help somebody, I mean, that's the same thing my dad says. If you can't help somebody, don't make them no worse. Just leave them be. Leave them alone. Leave them be. Because sitting
Yeah,
around arguing with people in this world, we already know that can end very, very badly for you.
right.
it's
And I try not to give out like the bait for the wrong things, like you said, like flashing money. I feel like that's bait to get used, it's bait to get robbed.
It
You
is.
know, different things. It's nothing but bait. So you put out the right bait. You know what I'm saying? You're really in the right type of blessings. You know, you put out good energy, you
That's
get
right.
that. You know,
Yep. And good bait is advertise your business. Don't advertise your money.
right,
how did
Everybody got at least $1,000. I'm sure they could flash.
right.
It's like
that's that rent money. That's
yeah,
that rent money.
exactly. It may not be yours temporarily, but
Right.
you got some money. So don't feel bad because you're not rich yet. If you're rich mentally, you'll get there physically, but you have got to know something. And you got to know people. And the only way you're going to know people, or people are going to want to get to know you when you are small and when you're here and they're there, the only way they're going to want to get to know you is if you either A, have a good product, or B, you have such a sparkling personality that they see something in you. You have to make people see your worth. And I know that sounds unfair, but it's a fact, because we all are guilty of that. We are all like that. You're not going to spend a lot of time on somebody. It's like they say, who wants to help an old lazy horse who don't want to do nothing but lay down in the lot all day? I'm up working, and if you don't want to get up and work, you're not going to work well with me. And you're not going to work well with anybody. That's just the way it is, because we
So
know
how do you?
in business it takes dedication and hard work. But go ahead.
Oh, easy. How do you manage to market yourself? Like, what is your marketing technique for beats? Because I like, what would be something you would tell any new producer as far as marketing goes? Because obviously you make the beats, you upload them to your social media, but then it's like, is it like a sitting game, or is it you run an
I mean,
ad?
I got a real big mailing list, so you know I usually send out to my mailing list. I don't spam them, but you know I send it
Hmm.
out like twice a month, just enough, you know, just not too much, because I feel like
Yeah,
if you writing somebody all the time, you will become a headache. So
yeah.
Yeah, and
with
then they're gonna start getting numb to you. They're gonna start ignoring your messages. So yeah, just a little
right,
bit to remind you I'm
right.
here.
Yeah, that's a little bit. So, and I feel like with those emails, I send it at the right time, and it seems like I let them know it's new beats, and then blessings come. So, you know.
Yes.
So you wanna let people know about this sale that you got on your website? Because I'm actually on your website right now. First of all, your FAQs. I like how you got that set up. Don't
Uh,
nobody have no FAQs on there, man. And the fact that he got every FAQ on point, even to the point like if a person asking, what happens if I ain't got a credit card? I'm like literally reading this. First time seeing this. Never seen this before.
yeah,
Um, but the FAQs is on point.
yeah,
But
appreciate
And that's the way
it.
it should be. People shouldn't have to reach out to you for every single question. You need to cover the most basic things right there so they
yeah.
understand what they're getting into. And that's good.
So he has a sale as of right now on his website. Buy two, get two free. Buy five, get five free. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's like with the exclusives is buy two get two free. So that's you get four exclusive for 400, because I think I'm selling 200. So that's four exclusive for 400. So I feel like that's a real decent discount. You know, especially that's probably about a third of it. Well, not a third. Probably about one third of a whole album already just exclusively brought. Uh, then I got the leeches. It's the buy two get two free, same deal, and I think it's 150 for four. So
Let
Yeah.
me see. I'm about
The
to
Wave
mess with
guy
it real
asked a
quick.
question. He said, "How did you build your mailing list?"
the mailing list with that one that just came over time with SEO marketing. I had my site listed on the
Mm-hmm.
Google search engine, and with that one, that just came over time. I remember I started off, it had just like with 15 people, and I was really working with that. I was barely getting noticed. I was wondering how I was gonna make it, how I was gonna make my way through college. Because,
And
you know, every
that's the
beat there was
humbling
like
part of
that.
starting a business.
Right.
Ain't no getting around
So,
it. Ain't no getting around
right.
it.
So if you can see out them early years, man, that's what it really took, just having faith and just
And I
sticking
do want to talk
around.
about your pricing too. To put that in perspective, guys, I
Okay.
know a lot of people will say, oh, I don't want to spend $400 on this or that, but this is talking about something. So remember, he's helping you with your business. And if you believe in your
Mm-hmm.
business, and if you believe your business is going to make you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, $400 is a drop in the bucket to get what you need for your business if you take your business seriously. But the problem
You
is a
have to
lot of us
also
talk a good game, but we don't actually take that business seriously. That's
you
why
also
it's
have
so
to look at
short.
it too. With that too, a lot of people don't look at they look at the money. Like in my case, me running a business and stuff like that. Anytime I know I have to spend some money for my business, I don't even look at that as, oh, I got to spend $400, just for the business. Anytime I get excited when I got to spend money. Like for instance, if I'm gonna spend $400 for him, my end goal at least my end goal is that to make a minimum of 1,000 to come back. That's just
Exactly.
minimum. It's the same thing with my handyman business and all that stuff. Anytime I got to go and buy a ladder or something, $150 ladder, I know for a fact that $150 that made me $1,000 because I was able to get up on that roof. And that's how you got to look at it. Like, you can't look at that checkout price. I was just talking about that like months ago, where looking up that checkout price can be scary. It'll discourage you. It'll make you think that checkout price is not worth it. If you look at
Especially
that
the
checkout
first
price,
time you do it. But once you get used to doing it,
mm-hmm,
it's like me. I don't flip houses, but I do flip products. I'm not gonna say what products on here, but I will buy something broke for $150 and flip it for $600 after I get it either fixed or warranted out. And I have done that to pay rent, to make while I'm trying to make a business work. You still got to have money coming
mm-hmm.
in. I would work from 12 to 5 a.m. on my grind to make sure I had the rent and my children covered and whatever else I needed while I was still making my business work. So don't tell me it can't be done. But you have got to be willing
It
to
can
lose a little money in
it can
order to get
definitely
more
be
money.
done. Like, first of all, his pricing isn't as bad. It's not bad at all to me. I've seen people where like you can get a beat literally exclusively for 250, maybe 300, 350 to max. Exclusively. I've seen people where they're selling their instrumentals for, and I'm not even talking exclusive. I'm talking just leasing
Yeah.
$1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you got to learn how to shop with these things. Like, I
Most
feel
people
like
don't know
his
you can make
pricing,
money off of reselling website names. My
you can.
website right now for my virtual call center business is worth over $1,000, just the name, just because of where it is in Google and all of that. I've seen websites worth 500. I've seen them worth 200. Just the name. If you buy it up and somebody wants it and they're willing to purchase it from you, you can sell it to them for a price. You'd be surprised at how you can make money in this business if you know how to pay attention, how to look, and how to actually get up and do some work. But again, a lot of us we get used to complacency. And when you tell somebody I did this or I did that, they feel like, okay, well, you was lucky, that was you. But no, business is out there, and you have got to
It
believe
is,
in yourself
yeah.
enough
So
to try.
his pricing for 4 beats is $400. You
You
get
spend
two
more than
free.
$400 a month on cigarettes, booze, movie theaters, outings, whatever it is you want to do.
I'm gonna be
Why not
dead
spend
honest.
that
That's my
money
car
on your
payment.
business? Why not spend that
that's
money
my
on something that's going to give you a return other than empty pockets? Because at the
that's
end of
my
the day,
car
all
note.
that money we spend on our activities and our frivolous behaviors, you're never getting that back. You're talking about spending money on your business, something that's going to put money in your pocket while you're sleeping at some point, even if it doesn't right away. So you guys really need to think about that. Anybody that's trying to start a business, you need to tell them that. If you know someone and it's not you, tell them, look, at the end of the day, you're never going to get the money back. The currency that's flowing out your hands and into somebody else's. Every time you pay them, you are helping their business. It's time to start helping yours.
So how? Let me ask you something, because I think me and you use the same FL Studio, right? How do you like I said, when I want to make a beat, I really kind of get into it, whatever. How do you manage the plugins? Like, how do you do all that, man? Because
Man, I love plugins, man. I probably spent in my lifetime, I done probably spent probably more than 10 bands on plugins alone. I love plugins, bro. It's just like,
Are we
where
talking
would you
about
go to
website
find?
plugins?
huh?
No, no, it's kind of like a website plugin, but it's not for websites. It's meant for the actual music and all that stuff, like for the engineer, like for instance, like FL Studio is a platform. You got Logic, you got all those are all like recording platforms to make instrumental beats and things like that. So you can buy plugins to make the sound turn differently and things like that.
I got you.
I suck at trying to do that stuff. And so I was just wondering how he does it because all his beats, I can't even come close to that. Usually, I'm probably sticking with the normal 808s, the normal boom bop, and yeah, I think the only time I can really make a good beat and it's funny, I gotta be lit. I have to be on some type of alcohol.
Yeah, relax.
Man, it's just like, I love sounds, and it's just, I'm real picky with sounds, but I could sit there and go through like, I got over like thousands and thousands of sounds. I just sit there and go through. It's just like, I just find inspiration in sounds. I just been like that since I was like, starting to make beats in junior high. That was a long time ago. It's just my fascination with sounds. I just feel like with music, it just got its own language. It got like, it talks when you don't have no words. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just music. It just flows. It talks to the soul. And just the right sound at the right moment. You know what I'm saying? This picture or movie with no background music. It's just random noise. So, you know, you need every sound has its place. So that's my philosophy with picking sounds. Like, I try to put everything in its place. You know, that's my thing.
That's a good situation, I like that. And I've had used a couple of instrumentals that I purchased for you, and I've actually put it behind a couple of things that I'm marketing or whatnot. And like you said, the sound itself says a whole lot. And like that's why I kind of like stay in the catalog, because it went from where I was shopping in his catalog just for music to now where I actually shop in his catalog for even like marketing music sounds and stuff like that. Like, okay, what instrumental can I put behind this to market this so that way it grabs people's attention? Because, you know, we live in a world where attention span is very short. If you can't catch my attention within the first 10 seconds, I'm not interested. And that's with anything. That's rather like, that's with beats, because I've seen people where they take forever to build the beat up. Like it takes 30 seconds before the beat drops. Sometimes you're just like I'm no longer interested now. So it's a good situation, because I've used like been shopping, looking through the music, and like you said, music, just the sounds alone, they say a lot without even saying a lot. And like you said, also producers and stuff, they like to put too much in it. And sometimes what does they say? Less is more. Is that saying? Yeah. And it's kind of less is more.
Much of it, anything. So
that's true.
It's the good thing, man. I really like. So how do you manage? Where do you keep all these beats at when you make them? Like, because I know you make them back to back.
I got like 3 hard drives, man. I got full filled with
using them external hard drives.
You're
using the external hard drives now.
Yes, man. I got plenty of them. And I recently, my laptop had crashed. I had to go in the shop for some while. Now I thought I had lost everything, but it's crazy how things work out. Something told me like the week before then, just make a backup hard drive for your other hard drive.
Oh, that is so important. Say it again for the people in the back. Back your files up. I don't care whether you write books. I don't care whether you're making music. Have a backup somewhere and back it up every so often. Have a set time to back it up, so you know if you lose something, you only gonna lose maybe a certain amount of days worth of work instead of everything or months worth. Back your files.
Right. That even goes back to even cell phones. Like me, I got a memory card in my cell phone. I ain't lose nothing in that. Everything, all my pictures, they're on that memory card. Anything that got to do, if I take a picture's on the memory card, because it's been times where I've dropped my phone, cracked it, whatever, and you lose it. Everything, contacts and everything. I'm just like,
don't have iPhones, because you know Apple so knows it. They keep everything. They got an extra copy.
Nah, I don't got iPhone.
I heard
they got an extra copy of everything you do. Don't you worry. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
I was just wondering, because he makes so many beats, it's ridiculous. And he puts a lot of beats in the story. So I I had to wonder. I'm like, where does he put these beats at? Because a computer can only hold but so much. So
I was gonna say,
Man, I got a lot of computers.
TV stuff takes up so much space so fast. No matter where you are, like that stuff takes up a lot of space.
So how often do you make beats? Like, how many do you make in a day or so?
Man, I probably wake up. I wake up early. I wake up at like maybe like 5 or 6. And I just start off with like 1 or 2 beats just to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
And then like throughout the day, I probably make like on a good day, maybe like 5 or 6, maybe not about 7 or 8. On a bad day, I probably might just make after the 2 I wake up, probably about 4 or 5. You know, it just depends on what mood I'm in.
Well,
But
hey, if you're making
just,
any beats per day, that means business is flowing, so that's good.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's a good situation to be able to make make the beats and different sounds, because you got a very, very versatile mix. It's not like you literally come with just trap trap music or hip hop. Like if he really wants to, like he slows his beats down where some of the R&B tracks, I'd be like, it gives you that 90s vibe, that 90s feel. And sometimes honestly, like when I get tired of listening to music in the car, I'm not gonna lie, man, I throw the playlist on your website and I just be, all I want to do is just hear the instrumental. I don't want to hear no words. I don't want to hear nothing. If it's a beat I'm not feeling at the moment, I skip to the next one. Like it just.
A lot of people say
Jay, can you post the website too and pin it? Post the website and pin it so people can go to it. But I'm sorry. Go right ahead, D. What were you saying?
I was about to say, it's crazy. He said that a lot of people actually say that they just be riding to the beach, just listening to them. Some people just lease them just to ride it and listen to them. I'd be like, man, that's crazy. But that don't do nothing but just amp me up even more. I'm trying to.
I was gonna say, sound to me like you need to put out an album and nothing but beats. Like
it's really good. It's relaxing.
Yeah, because like my mom's business, and my mom's almost 80 years old, but my my brother is almost 40, like, because I have a lot of older siblings, but they, in their business, they listen at a lot of just like smooth jazz and beats, and people like that. It's there's an environment for that. When I go to my my esthetician, like the waxing, hair, the massages, all of that, she always has like a smooth album. So it sounds like there's something for you there in that area as well that could really be beneficial.
I definitely want to put out a beat album. Right, I definitely want to put out a beat album. I'm just not sure if I want to go start off with like a full R&B or just start off with it like versatile, trap R&B and all. But I really got a niche for R&B. I always like making R&B beats.
I mean,
and I can tell, man, because he
loves R&B, so you really can't.
Some of these beats he be making, and it's not like he knows that. What I like about it is that you're able to touch on all R&B. Like you're able to touch on the new school R&B, but you're able to touch on the old school R&B. And the old school R&B, I'm not gonna lie, man. This was music we wasn't even supposed to be listening to when we was a kid. You already know. Anytime you heard Keith Sweat, you was not supposed to be listening to Keith Sweat, and you only about 5 years old. You're not supposed to be listening.
R. Kelly.
You wasn't supposed to listen to none of that.
Y'all, I'm gonna leave this alone, but I'm gonna say y'all ain't had no business remixing No Ignition. And some of the words and some of those old school songs you listened to when you got older, and you didn't know what they meant when you was younger, but you like, wow, that was dirty back then. I mean, you just
it's been like that. It's been like that. Like I've been really catching music now, and I'm like, that's what that meant. And it's like, oh, I was singing this and I thought it was I thought it was innocent. Man,
Even some of the Michael Jackson songs and whatnot that we listened to. When I got a little bit older, I'm like, he just knew how to put stuff. Sorry, I'm adjusting my.
I'm speaking of Michael Jackson. I'm just now catching the concept of Billie Jean. I'm just now catching Michael made so much good music.
How long did it take you to realize the man was saying the woman was accusing them of having a baby with her and it wasn't his?
Look, it took 30 years because I swear to God, I'm 30 now, and I lie to you not. I'm now catching the concept of that.
Because I got talked about for human nature. And my mom defended me because one of my old school teachers, because I grew up in a religious environment, she's like, she shouldn't be listening to that. Mom was like, what? It is not that serious. I mean, see that girl. She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. It's human nature to like people to look at you, especially attractive people. I mean, I get that now, but I'm like, man, they really made a big deal about stuff back then. Nowadays, people don't even blink at stuff like that because they're so we've been desensitized in the music world as far as our youth goes. And I do think that needs to change because calling people bees and hoes and you got a mama and a sister, we do need to do better because the world is looking at us. But again, with the beats and the music and whatnot, you can only go so far as telling people what they can and can't sing about. But it is still a very booming business. It's a very booming business. So.
So where exactly are you at? You in what? Where exactly are you at?
Oh man, Arkansas, man. It's yeah, Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
You way across the way from us, yeah.
Yeah.
What time you got?
Man, right now, it's 10:45.
Okay, you on Central Time like me. Okay, we good.
Okay.
We good.
Yeah.
So he's on Central Time. Because I'm like, I know it starts with an A, but I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I'm close to Texas, man. Close to Texas, like right above Louisiana.
Isn't that where you from, Mia? Or isn't that where you used to live, or something like that?
I'm close to it, but my family's actually from California. But no, I grew up in the Deep South. So yeah, I'm about maybe 40 minutes from Vidalia, give or take. Drive across that bridge. Oh my gosh, on New Year's or when they're shooting off fireworks, it is so beautiful. Like when you live near waterfront areas like that in the South. But I'm sure y'all see pretty stuff in the city too.
The Wave guy said you got to talk spicy on the tracks, and what you do, that's what the people like nowadays. You got to talk spicy on the track. But even still with Young D making the beat, he got some beats where they just go hard, like straight off. Not even 5 seconds in, and it's already jumped on, and you're just like, yo, I got to get that. It's been times like that where I've been what do you call it, impulsive buying, where I would hear it beat me because he has the type of website. If you hear it, if you don't purchase it immediately, it's gone the next day. And that used to piss me off because I used to write songs before I actually buy the beat. And then now I got the full song wrote, but the beat is gone. So it's like now I don't even play like that now. I buy the beat and then I write the song. I'll be mad, yo.
That energy be real, man. It be that impulse once you hear it, it's like you know it's a hit.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. It's one of them things. So that's why anytime I know I'm going to get a beat, I get it immediately. But I be watching. Like sometimes you got to have a watch. That's something I think you should put on your thing as a watch list, like eBay.
And that's a good idea. Yeah.
Because the thing about that is that like every time let's say if I don't go on your website, then the cart ends up being empty again. Like I throw beats in the cart and then it makes it empty again. Like if I go back later on.
Save a cart.
So if you put if you do a save a cart, that'd be great because it's kind of like a reminder, like, yo, I forgot about this beat, or I can go back and get this beat.
A lot of websites like Fashion Nova, go on there and put a couple items in your cart and exit out the page. You're gonna get an email. They watch it. They say you didn't finish checking out. You left such and so in your car. I'm like, I know I did.
I think that'll be a good situation.
Absolutely. That'll definitely help people kind of be inspired to go back because if they put it in their cart, they were thinking about buying it. And that's the first step to getting a good business base. Something stopped them, but even the email notification of, oh, you left this can be a good reminder and a good upsell. It's like almost a soft sell instead of a hard pitch.
Right.
Give them your
it's definitely a good reminder. Like I like it. Like I think it's a good idea.
Jay, did you pin the site? Because I can't see it. It could just be me again. You know how it is when
I did. Yeah, I did pin his site. So his site is right there. Trevor Wright, he said, listening to sexual songs with grandma in her car. Laugh out loud is sitting in the theater with grandma watching Original Sin at 12 years old. Said, sounds like a true story. I'm telling you, we wasn't supposed to do a lot of things back then. We was, and they wonder why we are the way we are now. They're like, well.
I got to tell y'all this. Okay, so I'm a preacher's daughter. So I was riding with my dad and one of my friends because we were going to go see her grandmother because she had cancer. And we were riding, it was about a 2-hour drive to get from our place to where she was. And so my dad let us put on music. And I was maybe 14, 15 years old at the time. So I was running in my tracks. And at first, Michael Jackson comes on, my dad's singing along there. Keep in mind, at this point, my dad's in his 50s and 60s. So next thing you know, Jamie Foxx comes on. Now, the specific song of Jamie Foxx's that was playing was, I don't know if you all heard this one, because I don't know if it was an actual track or just a video from a live show he did, but he was sitting at the piano, and he did his rendition of a bunch of different, what are they called? Not lullabies, but, you know, like Mary, Mary, Quite Contrary.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I knew it was coming when the song started playing, but I couldn't change it because my dad was like, this sounds nice. And I'm like, not for long yet. When he got to the chorus and he changed it, I really don't want to repeat what he said on here because I'm still a church girl and I feel awkward even saying it out loud. But he basically changed the words to Mary, Mary, Quite Contrary. And it was so pretty on the piano. But he got to Girl, I Bet You I Could something. My dad turned the music off. He said, you got quiet for a minute.
It's kind of like I don't even listen, like, and I don't even know, I don't know if you do this, D. Do you remix beats? Like, let's say if you hear something like Christmas beats, something, do you remix them?
Man, it all depends on what song it is. Some of them I do put out my own little twist to them.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of Christmas songs get remixed, and we come into that time of year because think about it. Michael Bublé has redone Mariah Carey songs for Christmas. Like Christmas is like open season. Everybody grabs a Christmas beat and does their own thing.
And that's why I was wondering, like, if he remixed beats and stuff like that, because that is around that time where Christmas, you know, people do things. We already know the Thanksgiving joint, you name it. That beat took off from was it Remix Sway Guy? He did that beat. But you know, every time Thanksgiving rolls around, now it's a beat. Now it's a theme for that. Christmas rolls around, and you just, like you said, you just don't know what remix is being put out there because you don't know if it's a clean one. You don't know if it's like, you know, what's that? The one they always say, I think, when they said the Batmobile lost his wheel and the Joker got away. Jingle Bells.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, like that one's been remixed so many times, and I've heard the worst of the worst, and I'm just like,
I would prefer to put that at the beginning, because if I get halfway through a song and I'm in a room full of old people and I'm thinking it's a good beat, next thing I know, a bunch of bombs drop. And I'm standing there, oh my gosh! And that just reminded me, I was actually a few weekends ago at a multimillionaire's house. And they had children running around. And me and one of my friends, who shall remain nameless, was running the music. And every song that came on, they was like, you cannot put that kind of music on here. We got children running around. It was F-bombs and everything. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, please don't do that again. You're embarrassing us. You're about to get us kicked out of here. And another one came on. He was like, I'm trying.
Yeah, it's always a it's always a situation with music.
Right.
But yes,
somebody be doing it.
Much music that gets remixed that's supposed to be clean, and they usually mark it now in the iTunes store with clean versus dirty version. So I tell people all the time, there's really no excuse for that because you could have downloaded a clean version of that song if you really wanted it. But I mean, every song is gonna have a little something in it. It's gonna imply something. I mean, even in the movies, you see 11 and 12-year-olds cursing in movies, and their parents allowed that.
Mm-hmm.
So
how do I see something with your John with the hooks, right? How do you make the hook on your beats? Like where it sounds like somebody's singing and stuff. Like, do you get somebody to sing that, or is that just automated? Or
some of them I have like a homegirl. She's really good at singing. She's really talented. But another one is like, it's some secret sauce, man. It's just secret
sauce. My man said secret sauce. This guy.
That's a nice way of saying I'm not telling you.
I just had to know because, you know, you can make an actual hook from, you know, automation and stuff. So I didn't know if it was all automated or if you always had somebody there to actually sing it or whatever the case may be. I actually bought one of your instrumentals that were kind of like that, but I didn't buy the one with the hook. I bought the one without the hook. Yeah. But I was just wondering because I was looking at it and I see with hook and I'm like, well, how do people do that? Like, how's that even a thing?
They got we can go back to plugins again. Like plugins, I love plugins. Plugins do everything.
He's like, that makes everything more versatile.
Everything more versatile. Any sound you hear, whether it's a bird chirping and all that, if it's on TV, more than likely it's a plug-in they made, you know. plugins.
Huh. I wouldn't have never thought of that, truth be told.
It's
But
the
you know,
sound
I
of the
found
world.
some movies go behind the scenes and show you, and they are using digital plugins and things, because I've seen that. And then sometimes when they really want a big sound, they'll get an entire orchestra in there. And I got so much respect for that.
Yeah.
See all those people that come in to do that stuff, to create those beats that get reused later in so many movies, and you don't catch that unless you're in that business. But they reuse a lot of sounds, and you don't even realize it. It seems new every time.
You do.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
Every time.
And you got 500 and what? I'm like I said, I'm only. So here's the thing: the desktop version is different from the mobile version. So obviously, I'm seeing things that I don't see on the mobile version because I'm not. Anytime I'm buying beats, it's always from off my phone. I'm always straight to the phone because I'll sit in the car and I write music and then I go straight to the studio. I don't got time to download the computer, send it to my phone, then send it to my.
Get you a tablet so you can have a bigger
screen.
Just
see the way my bank account is set up. You see, the way my bank account is set up right now.
I know you didn't just use that as an excuse. You're gonna have to tell him. He's gonna have to at some point. D. He gonna have to come on in with the technology. That's just part of it.
Way my bank account is set up.
I got tablets. I got cell phones.
Hey, but you know, some people just got rituals. It's a certain way. It's the simplicity sometimes. Some people like just writing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I can't judge your process, man.
I was gonna say that's your story, and that's what you want to stick to. I respect it.
I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing with him. Being in the music industry is hard. So it's like, you know, like I said, I used to write, produce, record my own music. I used to do it all. Like my first album, The Wave, I did that and produced it and released it on my own. But once I found outlets to make it easier, it's just like either one, I got lazy, or two, it's just I don't have the time for it. Most of the time, it's kind of both. Like it's always in the both because I don't got time to make beats right now. But then when it is time to make beats,
you just get more on your plate. The higher you go in that business, you start out, you have less to do. But if your business is really thriving, you're gonna have more to do, and you're gonna have to either delegate it digitally, robotically, or to an actual human being. So
and that's why I said that's why I like it. It's like I don't know for a fact. Anytime I want a beat, I can always go to his website. If I want a soft beat, I can go to Trap Team. If I want a hard beat, Trap Team. If I feel like I just want to snap on somebody, I can go there and I can find me a beat. And I can snap on it and talk about who's ever bothering me, and I feel better, you know, because I already have it. Like it's like even the same thing with my engineer. You know, I went to about four or five different studios just to find the right engineer, and now I finally got the right engineer. You know, so it's like once you set with them, you set with them. Like I don't need an engineer, I don't need a producer because I've already found what I've been searching for you talking years. Like once you find it, it's kind of like I'm not gonna go nowhere.
You know, if you found what you needed, then why change if it's working for you? Why change?
And it's one of them things. Like I'm telling you, like you said, as an independent artist, you know, it's just if you know how to market yourself, you don't need a label. And it's one of them things. It's like I don't need a label at all. I feel like at this point, if I was to even signed to a label, it would literally have to be on an 80-20 deal, where 80% is coming to me because everything that's been built up has been built up through me. Yeah, and a lot of people just want the money on the front end.
So you should get the majority of the pay, and that makes sense.
And that's how I feel like it. But you know, it's just it's one of the things. Like even I feel like the higher I'm getting in this music business, and I notice, and it's the same thing with him. The higher he's getting in this music business, the attitudes that we have to each other never change. It stays the same, and that's what I like. And that's what keeps the business going. Because people get big headed. They feel like, oh, they're getting fans, so they start switching up on you. Or they getting money, they want to start switching up on you, or things like that. And I just feel like keep it cordial, keep it the same. Keep that same energy you had when you had nothing. Keep that same energy you got now, because
that's what we were talking about at the beginning. Keep a humble spirit, or nobody's gonna want to work.
People don't have that same energy, and that's why that's why I'm a repeat client. Like I don't. When I buy beats, I don't think of the price. I know for a fact I'm getting quality. That's what I pay for. I pay for the quality. I don't pay for the beat itself. I know the quality of that beat is going to come to me. And anytime I feel like I want to get into the studio, I can do it. It's been times where I've been talking about remixing some of the songs I've done because the beat just be so lit, and you just be like, I need to go make a remix to that. Like, just one of them things.
We already know who you're gonna call. So guys, we are coming down to the top of the hour. I do want to thank our guest, first of all, Young D, for coming on here and gracing us with his presence tonight. We would love to have you back again at some point in the future to let us know what's going on with your career. As we grow, we definitely want to help your business grow as well. Like we said, everything starts small when you start something new, but it grows to bigger things if you just stick with it and you believe in it. And we definitely believe in you. We support you. And if anybody needs beats that I know, I'm definitely going to send them to your site and say, hey, I got somebody for you.
It's a good thing. He has three different licenses, just for you guys, for information, just so you know. He has a basic lease, he has the unlimited lease, and he has exclusive leasing. Go to trapteambeats.com. You can read up on the leasings, on which one, you know, what's the difference between all of them. But he has 3 different leasing options that you can four different leasing options. He has a premium exclusive leasing option too. So you can go there and you can read up on them, so that way you guys can, you know, figure out which one works for you. Me, I've always went exclusive. That's just me. I don't like, just like I don't like sharing a lot. I don't share my food. I don't share my woman. I don't share my beats. That's just how it's gonna be. You will never see me say, yeah, I shared this beat. No. If I bought that beat is mine. That's it. So that's just me. But I mean, yeah,
okay,
trapteambeats.com is where you want to go.
I need everybody in the comments to breathe. We don't have to take it there. Let's be respectful of each other. If you missed a comment, post it again, and we will definitely check your comment. And you know why I don't get offended when people say, talk a little bit of yang in the comments? It's because as a people, I know we done been through hell. Over the years and everything that we've gone through, it's made us short-tempered. But guys, we are here for you. We are not ignoring you. If you posted something, sometimes the comments don't scroll for us. Instagram messes up. But we definitely want to see what you have to say. So please do not feel ignored, because that is the last thing we want our audience to feel. Because without an audience, we have no show. We appreciate all of you. We love all of you. And if more people in that business remember that without you buying tickets, they wouldn't be rich. Without you supporting their business, they'd have no business. So we have much respect for you. And the only thing we ask is that you come in and respect us as well. If we miss something, let us know. We're not doing it on purpose. We absolutely love our people. We love all of you guys, but we got to show respect to one another. And like, that's why I said we are definitely not ignoring anyone. So if we missed a question, repost it. Because again, my comments will stop scrolling. And I will be literally DMing people after the show when I look back and be like, I didn't see none of that. I'm so sorry. But we can't help it. We cannot help it.
Sometimes the comments do stop, and when they stop, I you know, it's out of my control.
I see Resilience.
But you know, like you said,
play some of those beer. I think he meant beats. So do you have any beats right now that you could possibly play for him?
So I got his website up. I got his website up and running right now. I can play a couple beats, but he got over 500 beats sitting on his playlist right now.
Pick something you know the audience is gonna like and jam it so we can calm the people down. Give them what they're asking for.
Let me see what I can find. I mean, let me see what I can find here, because I know it's a couple of beats that like I said, I've been watching. So I'm not playing that. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, because I don't need y'all going for them beats. I'm not playing the beats that I'm interested in.
Look, I'm gonna go load it up on my laptop.
I'm gonna be selfish, but yeah. Let me see, because he got like
Taxis, Anya. I'm not sure what we missed of yours, but if you need to, just repost it, love. We have zero problem if you repost it so that we can address whatever it is. Unless you're arguing with somebody in the comments. I know y'all do that sometimes, and everybody get down like that. Maybe you didn't mean that.
Yeah.
But if we miss something, repost it. We'll get you.
Let me see. I'm gonna play anything, because at this point, like, he got so many beats, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because we down to the end of the hour, so let's throw something up there and let them share. Because I know everything on there got to be amazing, or he wouldn't have posted it. Business people never post something that they don't like.
Let me see.
So he about to hit y'all with a beat to give you an example or a little taste of what Young D can do for you and your business, and what he has available right now on his site for purchase.
You are now listening to Trap Team.
And yeah, he tags his beat, so y'all can't even steal it. Don't even try that. He's a smart man. Let me see. I'm not sure how the audio is coming out on y'all end, but
you can turn it up any louder by all means, but it does sound good. It's just a little low, but it's good.
Let
me see.
Matter of fact, I could let y'all hear something I was working on.
Okay.
1 second, if I got a second.
You said you got something you working on that you can play for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna
That would be awesome.
Yeah, if you can put some, yeah. But he got a lot of beats on here. The one that's playing now is called Man in the Mirror. It's a little baby style beat.
1 second.
Okay. All right, guys. So Young D is about to play an exclusive original that he has been working on. You're going to hear first here on the Black Table.
Yeah, this one not out shit. This one not out shit. 1 second.
Don't say we ain't played nothing for y'all for the first time.
That part.
Swing plus load up. All right. Oh.
And while he's loading
Give it
that
a
up, guys,
minute.
remember you can go to trapteambeats.com for more beats and to place any orders with him for beats.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, here it is.
I'm like R&B beat.
Oh, yeah, this is good. This is hot.
I'm about to be right on the shopping cart with it.
Yeah, that's a little sample of it. You know.
That
Yeah.
sounds like the beginning of a very slick R&B song that's already on the radio. Like, that is that good.
He gave you just a snap touch of it. That's all. He just gave you just enough right here. You know.
Yeah, so
Just
if you write music and you see this man knows what he's doing now. That sounded like something that was already on the radio. He put it down. So y'all need to do business with him. You need to support your brother so that he can support you. Caribbean Body said this one is fire. I know, right, girl?
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie.
I said, okay.
I'm excited because now I want to hear it because I want to write to it. See, that's why when he be doing these teasers.
Young D, you need to put out an album. I would actually purchase your album off of iTunes because I get most of my stuff from iTunes, but I would purchase your album if you had one out, if it was all smooth like that. That's really good.
I'm definitely gonna do that. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all having me. You know what I'm saying? Just
no, absolutely. That's why I said you guys go to his website so you can hear more of those smooth beats that he just played for us. Trapteambeats.com. I really wish you could have let more of it play because that was really good. Like the comments were quiet until you hit that beat. Here come everybody like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he be moving.
They're like, we see you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, guys, I know it's time to wrap up. We're about 7 minutes past the hour. I know we're running a little late today, but we always let the artists run things if they can hang around and you guys want to hear more. We try to let them do that. But we definitely want to thank everybody for joining. Jay, tell them where they can find this episode and future and past episodes.
All right, so for you guys who new to the Black Table, just now tuning in, you can always go to my website, officialjsimmons.com is where you can go there and you can find all the past episodes. You can find an upcoming schedule of those who's going to be joining the show. Each episode that is basically live, it will be saved and it is placed on YouTube. YouTube has the more edited, cleaner version, so it's just a straight through thing as opposed to just trying to find it on Instagram Live. Makes it a little bit complicated, so I made it simple where you just go to my website. On the front page you will see the schedule of any upcoming guests. You will also see the link that says the Black Table episode. You can go there and click that link and take you straight to the YouTube playlist of every episode from 1 all the way down to this makes episode 12. So each, and even if you just don't want to watch the episodes, the 4-hour episodes, the recaps are also on the same playlist, so you can watch the recaps, and they're capped at 1 minute. So you can go after recap, and if that's what you want to do, that you can tune into that.
Jay, I'm telling you, on the recap for this episode, roll his beats.
Oh yeah,
I'm picking what goes on the recap for this episode because I'm telling you what the people gonna like. Roll his beats.
Yeah, it's you know, it's be patient. Recaps, I normally can try to knock them out really quick. The episode that requires a lot of editing, so it takes a little bit more time to get it all somewhat decent and uploaded. Literally takes I think 1 hour to just finish a full video as far as exporting it and then uploading. It takes 1 hour. So it takes time. But officialjsimmons.com, link is on my bio. Make sure you follow my co-host Mia. Make sure you follow my producer Young D at Trap Team Beats, because he's nasty with the beats. You sleeping room if you don't. And I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as business, you ain't got to worry about nobody coming at you saying you stole my beat. None of that. Nope. Business is on point, and I'm telling you, as a customer, businesses was on point. Communication is on point. You never have to worry about anything when it comes down to Young D, when it comes down to these beats. So
yep, easy to understand contracts and everything, so that you know exactly what you're getting. None of that legal jargon and things, you know, beyond measure. Things that you will understand. You'll know exactly what you're getting from him. You'll know exactly what you can and cannot do with it based on what you choose, what package you choose for your music. It doesn't get any better than that.
In there too. Just so y'all know, in case some of y'all ain't got no credit card, he does some green dot stuff. So,
and I'm gonna do a quick shout out to some of the people who have been in here since almost the beginning. Krish Ian, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Scribble Monk, I know you came in late, but like you said, go to officialjsimmons.com and you will be able to replay all of our past and current episodes. A-Rod, that is my girl. Thank you so much for coming in, girl, if you're still in here. The Wave God, I know that's Jay's boy. Thank y'all for joining. Caribbean Body, you know that's my girl El Enrica Lavana. I love you to death, and you always support. So again, we appreciate everyone who came in here tonight. And in the future, again, we just want respect from everyone. We want you to show love and respect, and we are not ignoring you. If we miss something, let us know so that we can catch up, because that's all we can do. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight on the Black Table. Any last words you want to wrap up with?
Man, I just want to say this. I appreciate y'all again for just having me, you know, just to be interested in Trap Team Beats. And just, I guess, if y'all need beats, shop with Trap Team Beats. You know, I'm a reasonable guy, cool, laid back. So, you know, we can get business popping, you know.
Absolutely. So, that's trapteambeats.com. Guys, even if you don't purchase anything right away, just go have a listen at some of the music on his site. You will not be disappointed. Some of those beats are so smooth and pretty. You could literally listen to them in your car while you are driving along and just flow. Give it a chance.
It's true. And you mean, you don't have to, even if you're not a musician, even if you're not a musician, you can still purchase. So Trap Team Beats is where y'all want to go. You know, and just listen. That's all you gotta do is listen. It don't cost you to listen. Because eventually you go buy.
All right, guys. I guess that's it for tonight. Hopefully we'll see you again soon with some new updates. Keep rising, brother. Keep rising, bro.
Appreciate it.
Very welcome. Wonderful.
Y'all already know. This is the Black Table. So we'll see you guys Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
One last thing, as always, we end every episode. If you are depressed, if you are going through something, please, before you make any rash decisions, give us a call, shoot us a DM, and we will be there to help you through it and help you find help. You matter. You are important. Please do not give up on yourself. Everybody has a gift. You just have to figure out what yours is, and we are here for you when we can be. Thank you guys so much.